a new whimsical twist on the succulent dish garden. Hi, welcome to another video. A friend of mine generously brought me a huge box of succulents that she dug up from her garden. And among all the large rosettes were all these adorable little mini rosettes. And I thought, hey, wouldn't it be fun if we did a new whimsical type of dish garden for these little mini succulent rosettes? So that's what we're going to do today. So let's get started. What I have here is a old wooden box that I spray painted sort of a grayish green. And I didn't cover the wood perfectly. I wanted it to look a little bit rustic. And I chose this color because I think it complements these grayish green succulents really well. This box is not watertight, so I did not bother to put drainage holes in it because I think that enough water will leak out that I don't need the drainage holes. And we're going to fill that with some just regular old potting mix. Putting on my gloves so I can work with potting mix. And I'm not actually using succulent or cactus potting mix because I find that with growing succulents, if you don't overwater it, the standard potting mix is fine. And the succulents actually do well with more water than you think. You don't want it to be waterlogged and rotting, of course, but they can stand to have more water than you think. At least here in California, where we have a very dry and hot climate all summer long. In fact, I have succulents in pots that I planted. I water them pretty much every other day, and they look really healthy and strong, as long as you have pretty good drainage and they're not waterlogged. Okay, I'm going to put some in here. So the cute part of this arrangement is we're going to bury a little flower pot. So the succulents look like it's growing out of the flower pot. There are a lot of little different pots that I've been playing around with, but I think the regular terracotta really just is the cutest. So we're going to bury it in here. I don't quite have enough dirt. I'm going to put a little bit more in. I wanted to come out a little bit more than this. Let's see if this is a better level. Almost. I think we're going to put a little bit more in because I think when we water it, the dirt will go down a little bit. I should have pre-moistened the soil. Oh well, too late. Boy, it takes a lot more dirt than I thought. Okay, let's see if this is going to be a good level. I think this is pretty good. I'm going to press this little pot kind of down into the soil. Okay, then I'm going to put a little bit more soil around it so it's like semi-buried. I'm just going to pour the dirt in. It takes so long. Okay, so we've got our little pot sort of buried in here, and I think we have enough soil in here. Now we're going to start composing our arrangement. And I have all these mini little rosettes. Some of them still have roots in here, so I'm just going to bury them like this. What I usually do when I root succulents is when I get the succulents, I'll recut the stems if they don't have roots. If they have roots, definitely leave the roots. And then I will soak them overnight so they're well hydrated. And then you take them out, place them in sort of a flat tray or box, and let them dry. You don't have to dry it in the sun, just like keep it in a cool, dry place and let the stems dry. And that's the way you can root a succulent. So this is when we're going to start composing. I'm going to dig a little hole here. I want this to kind of be at the lip of my arrangement. Okay. And this is just kind of the fun part. I'm just going to, put these in here, plant them. So I'm composing it like I would if I were doing a flower arrangement. Maybe some cascading out like this. Maybe it needs to cascade this way, huh? What do you think? Maybe cascade this way. Interesting designing sort of on a different plane. I have to do a mind shift. Okay. Then these littler ones, maybe I'll have up top here. My neighbor he has a beautiful succulent garden that people actually stop to, to take pictures of. And he often prunes his succulents back, and I'll take his clippings and root them. Not a huge fan of succulents, but they're growing on me kind of. I'm always fighting our climate here in California. I have basically a water-intensive English garden with lots of roses. And a lot of our neighbors are converting their gardens to more drought-tolerant gardens. So I need kind of a big rosette in the middle. Maybe this one. See, this is cute. It's a little arrangement. This would be cute on a table on your patio. It would be a great gift too. Just kind of filling in the empty spaces with these little tiny succulents. I just thought these little tiny succulents would get lost in a mass planting. Why not use them in a fun, creative new way? And it's great that she gave me all these different textures of succulents and colors. There we go. Let's see, another really pretty one. Oh, this is so cute with all the little side shoots. Okay. And there's even this, I don't know what it's called. Kind of cute, kind of like a spindly looking one. You put that on top. What do you think? You think we're done? Should we add a little bit more? Kind of cute, huh? I want to use them all because all of them are so pretty, so many different pretty colors. Maybe we need more of this like burgundy one. Burgundy edged one. Okay, so I think we're done with the planting part of it. I'm going to make sure the soil is somewhat level. We might need a little bit more soil up here. If you're going to do this, pre-moisten your soil first. I think it'd be easier to do. I forgot to do that today. That's okay. We'll water it later. Okay. And then we're going to create a white background with these little tiny white rocks, these deco rocks. These are available at your garden center. We're just going to put them on top. Make sure they don't mix in with the dirt too much. Just a white gravel, basically. I think that would be very cute to set it off. And you're not going to see the dirt. And the dirt won't splash onto your succulents. I think I might gift this to someone. It's very cute. They're going to love it. You know, I've seen cute little succulent gardens at Trader Joe's for like $12, and you get an assortment of these mini succulents. So if you don't have access to all these little mini succulents like I do, for my friend, you could just buy some of those mini succulent gardens, kind of rework it, get a little terracotta pot if you want to do this, or any kind of little pot. I have lots of little containers and pots, and I was playing around with it. And the terracotta actually looked the best because it has enough contrast with the green, and one look, you know it's a flower pot. You want to make sure people know it's a flower pot, right? I was playing around with like a little gray one, but it didn't look like a flower pot. So we kind of just wanted to look like a flower pot. So I think these mini terracotta is pretty cute. Just want to make sure you cover that dirt so that when you water your succulents, you're not getting your rosette some kind of muddy. And the deco rocks come in different colors. I saw like a charcoal color, golden gravel, but I think the white's the best for setting off the succulents. You don't want too much texture, and you want a high contrast between your background color and your plant material. So I just went with the white. So we're all done. This was a fun project. Bring a little whimsy to your garden with this new twist on the succulent container garden. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something. As always, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.